Hey, hello, and welcome back to the Alda Chair campaign. I am Nineveh, your host, and with me are Kathea and Soinnarios.
Hey, I guess it doesn't matter.
They are shy today.
No, I'm sorry. I looked up and it has my name up here instead of my character name, but it actually doesn't matter because nobody sees
It
it. I'm
does, and
sorry.
that's new. No worries. Yeah, that is a little different. So this is episode 12, session 11, I think, and that is where we're at. And eventually, Soinnarios will say hi.
Good evening, morning, whenever you're listening. This is Soinnarios.
Hooray! All right, we're all with it today. We're doing very good.
This is Kathea.
Yep. No, we got you already. It's
We
Kathea
did-
again.
I
We're
did
all good.
change-
I don't know how to fix your title in
already did.
the recording. You did? Where?
I did. I did.
Okay. Not up above though. Interesting.
The up above doesn't appear for me.
Okay. Never mind. That's just me then. Okay, cool. So we're good. All right. Well, that was exciting. So over the last couple of sessions, we played with the characters apart so they can do their kind of important religious ceremonies and get kicked out of cults or leave a cult and then like get deeper into a cult and make friends. Very different experiences depending on which character we are talking about. But now they're back together and it is storm season. And we are approaching both Orlan's High Holy Day and the Tribal Fair, which is something that goes on once a year. So the Tribal Fair, excuse me, unlike many tribes that have like a tribal center, right, like a city or a fort, your tribe has a wandering circuit that the kings and queens follow. So every year, a different clan hosts the tribal king, and then they move in like a counterclockwise circuit across your tribe. So the Stag Shield are hosting this year, so the fair will be on their lands, and that's where you go to like you settle tribal matters, you talk among the clans, you set diplomacy, foreign policy, stuff like that, as far as you can. And then there's also like some rituals surrounding your kingship. There is usually some trade going on. There's entertainment. It's kind of the big event for the year for a lot of people. It also centers around Orlan's High Holy Day because he's the god of kings. So, yeah. Anyways, storm season for those who are new to Glorantha is usually it's like the cruddy part of spring. So it's still cold. There's often still snow on the ground. There's still ice in the rivers, but it's warming up, and you'll often get rain or sleet mixed in with this. Sometimes sunny, often cloudy. Generally not a super pleasant time, though I suppose the Orlanthi probably find it rather bracing. But it's definitely a period where the dark is less oppressive, and you're moving towards sea season, but storm season is kind of a turbulent time all its own. So we've already done downtime actions for this season in your guys' respective solo episodes. So we're going to start moving towards the fair itself. So, all right, as a recap here, your tribe, the Tovtaros, does that sound good? Is that how we want to say that?
Sure.
Tovtaros, those are pretty much our options. Tovtaros it is. Tovtaros, never mind. I take back my previous proclamation. Tovtaros.
I'm sorry.
Right. No, you're good. So your tribe, your queen is named Queen Kinrella Redwine. She is a Marangor cultist, and she rose to the queenship in 1603. So shortly after the surrender of Sarder to the Lunars.
Do you say she's Marangor?
Yes.
Is that unusual?
Yes.
It would seem like it would be.
Yes, it is. And feel free to roll your local lore for me. This isn't a very tough thing. We'll see what you get out of it.
I succeeded.
Nice. And so, Narius, you can do the same, just to kind of develop some of your own political background here. What do you know?
Did you tell us which clan she's from?
Yeah, she's from the Stag Shield.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, look at that. 46. All right. So you both know a little more about this. So even though this happened when you were still children, it was only a couple of years ago. So your tribal chief, who was an Orlanthi, died during the Lunar invasion, and you elected a new leader. Like the clans elected a new leader. You settled on a Marangor cultist. Your suspicion, right, just from being around at that time and hearing your parents talk, is that it was sort of meant to be a like she's competent, but it was sort of picked out because she's still a warlike leader which imposes a certain level of threat to outside powers, but she's not an Orlanthe. So kind of a political choice to say, like, we still have teeth, but we're not as invested in this fight.
So even though we are a matriarchal kind of Arnalda clan, and I think all of
Yes.
our clans are that, our tribe
No,
is
your tribe is not
Oh.
all like that. Yeah.
okay. Okay, thank you.
Cool. Sorry, we haven't really discussed the larger
special.
politics before. Yeah,
Oh.
you're special. There are a couple other clans like you in the Confederation, and one
Got it.
more among the Dinacoli that used to be Tarshites before they transferred tribal allegiance after just a couple years ago, actually. So yeah.
when we're marrying out, we're typically marrying outside the tribe, even then, not just the
Yes.
clan.
Yeah, which isn't uncommon.
No.
The most traditional form of tribe is linked completely by marriage, but those are also really fragile, and so that's not a thing as much anymore because treaties tend to fall apart. If something bad happens to one clan, it breaks everything. Cool. So yeah. Anyways, Queen Conrella is your tribal queen. She's queen of the Tovtaros. Yeah. I don't know. You guys, you've probably seen her before, but you probably actually don't know her very well. You would recognize her in a crowd, for sure. Yep, so we covered that everything moves. So the clan itself is going to prepare a little bit, because this is, like, a fair is, like, a fun time, but this is also when you settle all of your tribal matters. So if you want to give anything to the tribe, or bring up a claim, or settle a dispute, or make a request, this is when you would do that at this level. You're fine, don't worry. So your clan is going to prep some things, right? And your leader, Ara Sablefur, who is an Arnaldan, and your chieftain, will kind of be spearheading that. The clan ring obviously will advise her. So the big things that they're going to address, really, the biggest address that needs to be done is obviously your guys' war at the Mandarin, and just kind of like fully settling that through the tribe. And the Mandarin will probably have complaints about it too. So that's going to be like one of the backdrops of this fair, is that even though the issue is settled,
It's not.
nothing's ever really settled. So
Kick
yeah,
the can down the road.
yeah, politics is like brushing your teeth. You have to do it all the time.
That's not something I've heard before, but I like it.
So yeah, it's a good time. Yep. So you'll be working on that. The other things you'll be kind of working on are you'll probably bring some gifts to the tribe, right? The tribe has its own treasury that it uses to help support some of your more specialized temples in different clans, and that it can use to pursue its own like tribal goals. So if you need to buy something important or bribe people or something like that, like that's where that sort of money would come from. So you'll probably work on that a little bit. Is there anything? Now you're very new to your clan, so tribal politics are of course a step up in that world. But is there anything you want to do politically, like heading into the fair?
Only thing I would do is, because of my wonderful passion, I would probably have opinions on whatever we're going to try to do with our neighboring clan. But also, I'm not gonna. I kind of rolled against him to see where I would fall in my feelings, and I think that I'm not gonna over push for my age, maturity, standing. She will just be present and have strong opinions, but hold most of them to herself, so the elders can dictate what we do.
Okay,
She's really
that makes a lot
torn.
of sense.
But if there's a chance to get a little push in there of, well, the problem isn't them. The Mandarin are good people. It's their leader.
So that awful chieftain of theirs, that terrible Orbrast. We hate that
Yep.
guy. Like,
Yep. Hate that guy. And it's his fault those people died.
yeah,
He threw them in front of flaming arrows.
yes.
He
Only one of
started the
them was
war.
on fire.
I thought I burned both of them.
No, I believe one of them just got headshot. I've listened to that episode like 4 times.
You're right then, I'm sure.
So between recording and editing,
so I mean, I just
releasing
shot
and
2 of
checking.
them.
So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the second arrow was not on fire. It was just a headshot, which is still enough to kill most people. Like,
I know it was probably a speed darted one too.
but yeah, probably, yeah. Okay, so
So
the yep. Go ahead.
Soinnarios wants to at least offer to help work on the claim, given that that's the area that she's responsible for now.
She may also have to curb Kathea at times.
That's probably the help I'm offering. Here's a picture of a unicorn.
You send me back to the
Just think of a
temple
unicorn. Just
to
think of a
work at the
unicorn.
temple.
Here's a unicorn coloring book. And then also, I was thinking maybe I'm debating on the baby serpent pure amber thing of giving that to the tribe, or if that's more of a give it to Arnaldo thing.
That's a good question. It is worth some money,
It's not a
but
whole
it's
lot,
not.
but
Yeah, but it's not like as rapidly fungible as silver
yeah.
or like weapons and things. You'd probably be better off giving it to your temple
Okay.
if you wanted to give it away. You could also just sell it and use it to support your fancy noble lifestyle.
Yeah.
Making it rain. Clacks.
Yeah, just throwing that copper around.
I'm glad I'm not rich. Sounds complicated.
It comes with certain duties and considerations, yes.
Capital gains odds.
I know.
Okay, let's see. If you're gonna help,
You or
let's look
me?
at your scores and see what's going on. How do you imagine yourself helping here? What's interesting to me that there really isn't like a politics skill, right? Like,
Intrigue, I think, is.
yeah, intrigue is like more like a gossip skill. It lets you learn about a power. Yeah, it covers that ground, but it's like it lets you learn about a power structure. It lets you learn information about what's going on, in a community or in a court. So yeah, it's probably the most relevant. So it's usually more of a like, probably the most relevant. We'll have to make some decisions about that. I'm not sure how to answer it because it feels like a perception style skill, but for politics.
Here's another question instead of a skill. Could this one base something off of charisma and our persuasiveness? And because it's over a long time, it's more about our personal.
You can, but then you don't get a skill check. So up to you.
It was just a question.
No, you're not wrong.
Well, what if I. So
I will tell you that bureaucracy is not the answer here. Not just because you don't have it, but because it's not that sort of thing. Yeah, I think if you
No, I
have
was
a
thinking
skill,
about
yeah,
maybe trying to use my loyalty, earn voting
Mhm.
to augment my intrigue.
Okay.
Which
Yeah, you can do that. We'll go with
give
that.
me 2 checks then.
Maybe
Should I roll against you?
make it harder.
Well, I failed, but it was not a fumble.
Okay, so you failed the loyalty check.
Yes.
Okay, so that will make things a little harder.
10%.
That sounds right. Let me look it up real quick. We'll get there. Don't worry. Failure. Yep, 10%. Yep.
Yeah. Wait, 20%? Because my communication bonus.
Yeah, don't forget to add that in.
Wait, where did the other die go?
Wait, what is your communication bonus?
5.
Okay, so you have a 10% chance total.
Yep.
Okay, that's not bad.
37.
I mean, it's pretty bad. Okay, so you try to help, right? And I don't know if it's your cousin undermining you, or you're just having to spend a lot of time on her, like to keep her in check,
Hey,
basically. But you don't manage to like provide any substantial lift to the organizing group. So whoever is like sort of managing this stuff, so your tribal chieftain, probably your priestess, your grandmother, right, and maybe some of the clan ring are probably
Yep.
handling these sorts of things, and you try to put in, and you just aren't able to make a lot of headway. Which doesn't mean that the effort fails or anything. It just means that you don't like contribute.
Thanks.
So sorry.
Nope, I'm not blaming you.
hey, it was your first try.
Yeah,
True.
we'll probably roll this skill multiple times. Intrigue is a key component of doing social stuff, and you're both terrible at it.
I think it's more important to you than me, though. At least the clan stuff. No, I might need it for Colt.
Yeah, it's a skill for determining what's going on politically or grabbing rumors, and so it's very useful. But it's a skill if you want to be political, you'll have to develop it at some point. But all right, so that kind of happens. Scenarios, you fail, but you don't like hurt
Hinder.
anything. Yeah, like it wasn't a fumble. You just don't really manage to chip in like you maybe wanted to. So you end up being more of an observer and kind of just being present. Cool. All right. So that stuff happens. This is kind of the run up. You know that things that happen at the fair. So like there's always music and dance and poetry. There are competitions. There are people selling things. Merchants will probably show up, as well as like the local clans putting their wares on display. So there's like a lot of things going on. There will also, of course, be the wedding. There will be Alliance Holy Day. So kind of keep that in mind as you're planning your personal goals for the fair. If there's anything you want to do there, you might set your money aside, wear nice clothes. If you know how to play an instrument, maybe bring it. I don't think either of you do, but I know someone who does. And
Oh no.
it'll be fine. Like, can we just go do a combat? Like, I feel like combat would be safer than this fair. So
I don't know. I've been thinking about picking up a musical instrument.
that'd be cool.
Ugh.
Why did you groan?
I'm gonna pick up the drums.
Is something wrong with the drums?
I thought string instruments were more of a.
That's where I was going, but I'm not
Yeah.
sure why.
Like,
But I was just trying to find out what the issue was with drummers.
I don't know.
we all know. We all know what the issue is with drummers. Okay,
I
so
was thinking a flute or a stringed instrument.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I do have extra clothing.
yeah,
rich.
because you're a noble. You have nice
Good.
things.
I don't.
I'm wearing that.
I'm going to spend the time leading up, making sure to oil and clean up all my armor, which I keep pretty well done all the time.
Makes sense.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not sure what I wear to. I'll have ready whatever I would wear to the festivities and all as a thane.
Yeah, probably clothes. You'd probably bring your armor with you. You know, like you
I'll
probably
bring my
wouldn't be
armor with-
armored at the event.
So I might need a nice new outfit out of all this.
You wear
Or something
clothes.
too.
I mean,
What?
like you wear it. Like armor is something you put on over your clothes, right? So
Yeah,
you
I know.
have clothing.
I said I need nice clothes because we're going to an event.
Okay. Yeah, you could buy nice clothes if you wanted. You could buy nice, you know.
I have a change of clothing already.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you own like 2 complete outfits. Like, let's not go crazy here. Cool. So, anyways, you'll do whatever you do. You know, clean up, get nice, braid your hair. I don't know, whatever you do, and then we'll move to the fair itself. So your community, obviously, not everyone is going to go to this, right? At least not every day. And there are a fair few people from each clan who just won't go at all, just because they have things to do. But it's still a big gathering. And like I said, some people will travel here for a day or two and then leave. Some other people will show up later in the week. But it's a large gathering with lots of people that the Stag Shield host. So they've as you approach, right, and the easiest way to get to the Stag Shield is just to follow your little river until it dies, because of like your own personal, like your clan's irrigation efforts pretty much drain this river a little earlier than it would otherwise leave. And it's really more of a stream. So yeah. But
Stag Shield may not be happy with us about that.
they're cool with it. It never went very far into their land anyways. It wasn't a major source of water for them. But yeah, they are pretty reliant on, you know.
So how long
small
is it?
sources
Is
of
it only on horse and all? This is something we could get back and forth to in an hour or two.
I mean, hex is 5 miles. It's only a couple hexes. Yeah, I mean, it would, you could easily travel there in the morning, stay overnight, and then travel back and be back by lunch the next day, sort of thing. Like, if you pushed it, you could ride there, ride back, right? Especially if you pushed a horse, you could ride there, ride back, and still have some time left in a day.
It'd be a long ride.
Yeah, it would be a long ride, and the animal would be tired at the end of it. But it's doable. Yeah. Okay, so you go. Your chieftain will go the whole week. So a couple of your clan like ring members. And then like other people will kind of just go as they feel like it. Your Soinnarios, you have, cotters and Carls working for you.
Yes.
In a sort of loose employment relationship. Do you give them a chance to go, or are you like, I'm leaving, so you guys can stay here and watch over things? I'll be back in a week. I'll bring you something nice. Or do you give them a chance to kind of trade out?
I'll give them sorry if there's any background noise from the cat getting in a box.
No worries. We like cats on this podcast. It's fine.
We will, I think, trade out is what I was thinking, because we have the 2 sets of Carls, essentially, and then the 2 sets of cotters. I didn't know if politically I should be there more.
You can stay all week if you want. That would be fine. But your Carls would like to go because they have some money, right? So they can buy things, or
there's a chance for them where we get to buy stuff as we travel around.
Yeah. And your cotters would like to go just because it's fun, but they don't have as much money, right? So
yeah,
but
I want to make sure.
But several of them are also like the men are mostly Orlanthi, so they would like to be able to attend the High Holy Day as well. At least they can do that at the earned voting, like temple. You have a temple to Orlanth. It's more fun
Yeah.
at the tribal assembly. So
No, we can work out something, and
this is also one of those moments where your cotters will probably expect you to buy them some things while they're there.
Yeah, take care of your people.
Yeah, as far as like nice food or like, you know, a cloak or a blanket, like things like that. That's part of the relationship.
pizza party.
A pizza party, yeah.
No, that'd be good. Hey, wait.
Mhm.
Even though we really haven't seen him, no, this is my dad, Rastar,
Uh-huh.
since he's Barntar,
Yes.
is not Orlanthe.
True.
So seeing if he, without talking to my mom, would be maybe about a bit, and I would owe him.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, it is interesting to me that like you have like a father present in your life, and so far he has been existent
Humble.
in theory. So you haven't talked to him much. Like your relationship with your mother seems to be much more central to your character. But yeah, like Rastar is a nice man who is a good farmer, right? And he is very devoted to his wife, and he would probably be willing to help you out if your mom says it's okay.
Just as I'm getting on my feet
Right,
for a year or
right.
2 or 3 or 4. It's not like I'm still living at home or something, or living off my cousin.
Oh, random sideswipe for no reason. Like,
I don't have to help.
No, I appreciate the help.
I'm like, I have my own place.
No, yeah, I will ask him, and then what do you want?
oh man, I'm not sure. I'm hopeful that the meow will stay in the audio because I can't protect it from like a wideband cleanup. So we'll see.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's what I think my plan is try to get Rastar, my dad, talk with Elna, my mother, to see if he could help kind of cover things, since I made a mistake and had too many Orlanthe men in my Carl and Cotter group.
Yeah, we didn't consider that very well, to be fair, I didn't bring it up. I wasn't really thinking about it either. But yeah.
No,
So
but it makes sense that most men are Orlanthe initiates or some sort. So
Yep. So yeah, no, it's relatively easy to handle. You can handle it. Your dad will help out. He's cool with it.
hooray!
So good to go. All right. So we'll if that's everything, I think we'll transfer from the clan lands to the Stag Shield proper. You'll follow your little stream over the morning, and then you'll take your little group of people who are with you. So a couple of your one of your Cotter families, one of your Carl families will come with you at least, and the other ones will come later, or you swap back and forth a little bit. And so you have a little procession scenario. So you have like 4 other people with you. So that's kind of cool.
Traveling there with anybody.
You can
I'm
go
just
with
going on my.
scenarios, right? Like
I don't want to go with
and
scenarios.
I don't want
Scenarios
to
is
go
too
with her.
good
She's
for me.
mean. Yeah, like members of your cult, your temple will be going, right? So you can go with a couple of them, surely.
Or our cohort.
Or your cohort, right? Like Mardina will go. Yonor's gonna go. Good old Yonor.
Excellent.
He's a musician, guys. Like he's
probably
he
good.
has a
Elendor. I love that name, Elendor Blue. I don't know why.
it's pretty. That's
Is
why. Like,
Yeah.
I worked on it.
Oh, thank you. Well, okay, then I'm sorry. I don't know
No,
why I
you're good.
made that observation out of the blue. Is what I was really thinking of blue.
No, you're good. You're good. Like, no, it's a nice name. I like it.
I was just
Yeah.
thinking our whole cohort. We'll probably go together since 4-star is part of ours. And
Yes,
leading
I
it
think that
now.
makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So your cohort will eventually go at some point. They might not be there the whole time, but they'll definitely be there for the wedding. Ynor is planning on spending the week there because he is an entertainer. He makes his money by playing music and singing songs, and writing poetry for people. That's what he does. Well, I mean, that's how he makes his legal money, right?
It's like,
Yeah. The petty theft and seduction are side gigs that aren't reported on his taxes. He's got that hustle grind set. Anyways, so yeah, you'll all kind of go together as part of a group. There are going to be a lot of people going on the first day, so there's probably like, clumps of people in a procession, kind of walking that way all morning into the lunch hour or the midday hour, right? But not everyone's like traveling necessarily as like one big column. So you have horses, so if you want to ride back and forth a little bit, you have the opportunity to like check in with the chieftain or check in with someone as you're going back and forth.
yes. I always
So-
have my horse.
Yep. So those are things you can do, but otherwise this kind of just passes peacefully. Like you just travel, right? You show up at the Stag Shield. They don't really have a central town the way you do. They have like lots of little hamlet type things going on. Well, they have a designated area that has their temples and has like a large green, so like a square of like level ground. It's not very green right now. It's more brownish.
But is it brownish or white with snow?
A bit of both,
Or
honestly. Yeah,
mud?
you've got some snow on the ground. You've got some dried grass showing. You're getting to where the snow is starting to melt off, but
Yeah.
if there's shade anywhere, it's going to stick in the shadows pretty persistently. The cold rains help, but only so much. And it still does occasionally get cold enough to freeze stuff.
And if we're staying overnight there, we're pretty much have to like put tents up or something because it's not like there's
put tents or seek accommodations.
Yeah, they have enough.
Either by finding someone who will put you up, or by trying to get into their clan hall, which they have like a hall here for that. So this is the closest thing they have to a town, but they really didn't put together like a town. They just have a couple of temples, a meeting space, like clan hall for holding things. A treasure, like they have a like a strong building to hold like the clan, like wider and regalia and stuff like that.
Excellent.
Cool.
Let's go there and socialize because we're so good at it.
Yep, so that happens. So you show up around the midday. Obviously, people who have been traveling are hungry. There are already some stalls set up, so some booths that have wares and things. There's people cooking food that they can sell. It's the first day of this event, so it's a little more restrained still, right? So like not all of the entertainers and music has shown up, but you can definitely roll into town and find food to eat and people to talk to for sure. So food's going to be a variety of flatbreads, cooked meat, water for drinks or alcohol, cheeses, milk, probably quite a bit of fruit, right? Because you like
we have fruit this time of year.
You would have dried fruit this time of year. So
okay.
yeah, like stuff that was saved over the earth season harvest. So you'd have access to some of that for sure. Root vegetables, fairly common.
Cooked meat.
You can what?
Yeah.
Cooked meat without restriction.
Oh.
Yeah, you just don't have to eat raw meat anymore, like ever. Like you're good to go.
And I have a garden.
Mm-hmm. Your life has improved immeasurably. No raw meat and fresh vegetables out of the garden.
2 wins, 2 clear wins. Yeah. Okay. So
Sorry.
No, you're good. It's funny. So yeah, you guys can pick up some food. Your cohort kind of spreads out. There are other clans here already. Just of note, it's easy to tell what clan someone is from. At least very like from your tribe, you can do it without thinking. From the rest of the Confederation, if you want to know what someone's tribe is, you can tell by looking at them. You all have tattoos and clan markings that set you apart from one another. So, and they're not meant to be hidden. So they're usually in visible places, like the back of a hand. Facial tattoos are not super uncommon, on an arm, the legs, stuff like that. So it's usually pretty easy to figure out, like, okay, that person is a Mandarin. I can tell because they have Mandarin tattoos. This person is a Blue Hill because they have like a blue circle on their cheek. You know, the Zerdavos have their own tattoos, and you don't even need to think about those things for your tribe. For the other tribes in the Confederation, you know, it would take you a moment. So like if you looked at someone, you would have to like consciously look at their tattoo. But again, it's something you would ever roll for. For people outside the Confederation, you would have to like think about it because you don't obviously know every tattoo for every clan in Dragon Pass.
So is this mostly people in our tribe?
But it's going to be largely your tribe. A couple of the merchants that are setting up are not from your tribe.
Yeah.
But that would be about it.
Okay.
Let's see. What is it? It's late. We're in storm season, but aren't that deep into storm season. 16.
So this is pretty early in the season still, isn't it?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to think about. But I think storm season is probably too early.
No, you were mentioning the weather before, but I mean, this is basically, isn't the turn from dark season to storm season basically like the solstice? So we're kind of in the January part of.
Yeah. So it's still cold. And like, yeah, the solstice, it follows. But your weather, you know, being Glorantha, like, is a little weirder, unfortunately.
Oh, that's fine.
So,
that's fine.
But yes, you are in the, like, it got really dark. You're coming out of it. Like you'll have that balance happening. The weather will be like early spring-ish. So the cruddy part of the transition from like winter to spring,
Mm-hmm.
and then it'll start to get nicer until sea season, basically.
Sacred time coming the equinox around that time, ish.
Sacred time is like interstitial, right? It's a
Sorry.
No, you're fine. It's an important question because we're going to be doing sacred time eventually. Sacred time is a calibration period for the calendar. It's an intercalendary or I don't know how to say the word. It's an intercalendary period, which means that it happens outside the normal procession of the calendar, and it sets your calendar properly. I know that doesn't make a lot of sense. Bear with me. The purpose of sacred time is that it occurs outside the regular rotation of the seasons because it's when you rebuild reality. So, like, time gets weaker. The wall between the world and the god time gets weaker, and you spend the 2 weeks worshiping the gods, telling myths, reenacting myths in order to renew the world. And so it kind of sits outside the seasonal cycle.
Including the weather.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Okay.
just gets kind of weird. Yeah. So it's just a weird period. It's a little like calibration in Exalted, though it's clearly the influence is the other way.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Cool. Well, I'd wander around here and see what there is to see.
cool. All right. So there are some merchants setting up shop still. They kind of rolled into town, rolled literally, and are uncovering their wagons and setting things up. The shops you're going to get for a lot of this stuff are wares for excuse me, hold on a second, sorry, I mowed today, so I'm feeling it. That's not going to make any sense to our listeners because this will come out in December, but in any event, the wares here are going to be like nice things, right? So you're looking at fine fabrics, nice cloaks, nice clothing, furs that have been worked, more decorative items. There's probably some jewelry, things of that nature. Like you will probably get some people selling arms and armor eventually.
That's great. I don't think I'd have much money to go out shopping for myself or anybody else.
How much money do you have?
43 lunars right now.
That's not bad.
I'm not dirt poor, but I'm not like I can't afford to buy anything that would be better than anything I own now.
Right, you would be buying fancy things or comforts, not upgrades, for sure.
She's comfortable with what she has.
Right, makes sense. And you're also supported by your clan and temple as a thane,
Yep.
so you don't actually have a cost of living.
Yeah, other people pay for me with their taxes,
Yes.
even if they complain about me crashing at their stead every once in a while.
Yes, every once in a while.
After
So
I
you
do
see
an
that.
entire day's work there for them.
That's kind of what's going on. You'll probably get some merchants up from Heron Green as well to set up. Heron Green is a nice Dinacoli, small city, large town. Large town's probably a better way of looking at it. You'll probably get some travelers from Malone just for fun, but nothing too major. Go ahead and both of you, since you're like looking around and mingling, there are lots of people here. Even now,
Oh.
like you're getting lots of people, and like obviously all of the Stag Shield are here. And then you're getting people from the other clans kind of rolling in. Some people beat you here, some people will be later, but you'll cover kind of the first day the first day is pretty chill overall. But if you want to, you can roll just intrigue to see if you pick up any interesting rumors.
Oh, really? Envy?
Yeah, that's your rumor generating platform.
Can I boost it with my loyalty to the tribe? Can
Yes.
I try?
Yes, you can try. You can try to use your I'm a good tribe member. You're all fellow tribe members. Like
does a special success give me anything above a normal success?
It gets you a 30 instead of a 20. You also get an experience check in the passion.
That more than sorry about that. I more than doubled my skill.
Yeah, you've got
Ooh, and I succeeded.
Okay, you succeed. Cool. Scenarios.
Now you have to figure out what happened to me.
I rolled a 26 over 20 and decided not to try to risk.
That's fair. Okay, cool. Cool. So you are probably. What are you doing that you're too busy to pick up any useful rumors?
I think I'm worried about picking up not trinkets, but trinkets for my cotters.
Okay,
So you've got a lot of responsibilities here. I don't really have.
Yeah, you're actually shopping. Like you're looking at the merchants and trying to figure out like, what do I know about my cotters? What would they like? What should I get them? Like, it would be rude to just bring them over here and be like, buy something, right? Like that's
Take care of your.
he is like
actually.
gossiping.
Oh, sorry. Kathea is curious to learn about pick up things from people traveling from outside. But
right,
I don't know if that's what she gets or if she gets some from the other clans. But
no, it makes sense. So the thing that you hear is from a merchant of the Tovtaros. So this is one of the like 3 merchants from far away that came. So the Tovtaros are the tribe that live around Aldature. It's actually their city, basically. He tells you that he's heard from people from Heron Green, from people of the Tovtaros as well, that there have been a series of livestock attacks on both grounds where animals have gone missing, like cattle and stuff.
Mhm.
And that there's no evidence of how they were taken. Like there's no like cattle raids, usually if someone steals your cattle, there's like signs that people pass through, right? There's horse like hoof prints or footprints, or there's a trail where the cattle have been pushed. But the way he hears it, these animals are just gone. Like they were plucked from the sky.
They won't. About that, we saved one with a wild pig.
Yeah, but that was oh no, they ate through that herd of pigs, didn't they?
They eat a lot of things, but over. Okay, so clearly you guys have your suspicions. Or Kathea really properly right at the moment.
Yes,
I have but I got there right away because because the first thing I thought was they're not being stolen because we'd see a path, but they aren't being eaten right there. They'd say they're eaten, so something's picking them up and carrying them off.
Yes.
I wonder how much
there aren't a lot of things that can do that, but you know of a few, and you have some strong suspicions to think that maybe wyverns are behind this attack. In your defense, this isn't your fault. You just happen to know something about it.
I'm not actually feeling any guilt about this.
Good. So this would be happening anyways, but in dark season, storm season, right? It's harder to find things to eat, and cattle are clustered up for their relatively easy pickings. Okay, so I guess the most relevant thing immediately is, okay, you're like, yeah, in your mind, you're like, I know what's causing this. Do you say anything to the merchant? You don't have to.
Well, it's a good question, because do we want to alert them to what I think is doing it so they can send off, or should we go offer to help to fix that for them? It seems like the type of meta here, the type of thing a PC would do to earn a favor. Or money or stuff. Do
you want to maybe do some more information gathering around this topic now that it's come up?
Yes, let's do that. More information. I am also going to bring in some of my help because I have a cohort.
Yeah, you got friends.
I've got friends and stuff.
You know her.
So you know we're trustworthy?
No. What sort of question is that?
Yeah. I'll actually go ahead and see what I can get with, just ask them a few more questions, see if I can, since I have an initial idea, let's see if they have any more that can give me a little more idea.
Okay. They're not, what are you looking for here? Like what sort of information are you wanting to get?
So I'm curious, you said livestock. Is this cattle? Sheep? Yes.
So the merchant kind of says, if you suggest like are they cattle? Is it sheep? He kind of scoffs and says, well, sheep die all the time. No one would notice, a few extra sheep missing.
Okay, so it's cattle.
But they do it seems like some cattle have gone missing. And it's not, he's a merchant. He moves around. So it's not like there's like 100 cattle missing. It's just that he's heard the same sort of story from several different places. And so it's interesting. And like, hey, way over here at the far west of the Tovtaros, someone said they lost 2 cows and they're just gone. And then, you hear a similar story from the Dinacoli, like south of Heron Green. And then you hear another story from, around Glasswall. Like,
actually, I think I will go ahead and mention to him. I said, well, we ran into a flying monster that we saw take wild boar when we were traveling. Earth season?
Yeah, that would have been Earth season.
During Earth season in that area. south of whichever clan that was. Tovtaros. I almost did it by memory. I should have gone with it and trusted myself. Anyhow,
Believe in yourself.
yes, I guess
yeah.
tribe. Or a tribe.
Right, the tribe. Yep. Okay.
Yes, that
he grows
south of Tovtaros. And I said, I wonder if that's it. It's a great beast.
Okay, he gets more serious when you say that, especially because your cult affiliations are probably pretty obvious, right?
Yes.
So you're martial, trustworthy, blah blah blah. So he gets more serious. His expression kind of settles in, and he says, says that would be an ill thing. Do you know what they were, or what it is?"
Yeah, I believe it's a wyvern.
He gets graver still. Says, "Do you know?"
That's what we saw.
Okay.
What we believe we saw.
Was it nesting somewhere?
Yes. Down the vicinity of the Skull Ruins, out in the Dragon's wilds.
He stays about the same level of grimness, actually, and says, "I wouldn't like to go there."
It's an ominous and dangerous place.
Yes, it is.
And I'm letting drop, not saying now we have been there, but like making it very clear. I've been there and returned and seen this thing.
Right. No, he's picking up what you're putting down. He thinks about it for a little bit, like he gives it, like he's clearly ruminating on it, and he says, he kind of leans in to you a little bit, and he says in sort of low voice, he's like, "Not that anybody is too eager to help the Lunars, right? But I've been in the capital, like I've been in Aldatur recently, and I know they're building a garrison there, and I also know that Lunars have been known to employ wyvern riders. Food for thought."
I appreciate that. Perhaps take care of two problems at once and earn from it. So I appreciate the information. I didn't write down a name for him. I don't think it matters. But if it ever comes up again, I have a Vantros merchant that we've talked to.
Yes. His name is... Darn.
You have to make up names on the fly for everybody? You can give it to me later if you want.
Yeah, we'll do that. Cool. I don't have anything good for him immediately. So...
That's good.
Yeah, cool. All right, so you talk to this merchant for a bit, and you guys trade information, and he kind of puts it in your hands what you want to do with the information you have now. He doesn't want to get involved.
I will talk to my cousin later, but it seems like a thing that we could go. I'm feeling brave and confident now. I might be dead and brave and confident soon, but...
Sure, yeah, I mean, what's the life of a PC without a little mortal danger every now and then?
Every season.
Yes, roughly once a season, yeah. Cool. All right, so that's kind of your big rumor is that, so the obvious one is there are wyverns in Skull Ruins, but you already knew that. And so
that's actually, I like that. That's kind of cool though, that we can put two and two together because we've already been there and somebody's like, this has been happening. It's like, yeah,
right. the glorious economy of adventuring hooks. So it's like, cool. So that happens for you, and that's kind of how you spend some time chatting with people, and that's like the first
right,
like
everything
thing of consequence that you hear.
Yep.
And so that takes a couple hours. Like you're kind of wandering around, you're talking to people, you're window shopping, eating some food.
I'm going to throw one other thing out, which is I am going to keep an eye out for Mandarin because I don't know what the protocol is at this, but I feel like I may have a mark on me from them at some level.
That's wise. You are aware that the fair and its whole thing, right, is that any violence would not be sanctioned unless the queen specifically allowed it. Like, so if somebody wanted to duel you over a point of honor, they could petition the queen to allow that, but they cannot just challenge you. And if they do, you're free to just be like no and walk away. Like it wouldn't be a mark on your honor or anything like that. Like, because of the situation that you're in.
And do I feel pretty safe that nobody's going to try to like gank me in the middle of this kind of thing? That would be super.
That's the sort of thing that, like, okay, so in Orlanthe culture, right, someone trying to kill you secretly, like stab you in a dark alley and no one knows who did it, that's the sort of thing that's like criminal and insane. It's the sort of thing that invites chaos into the world. It's not something that any reasonable person, even someone who hated you, would do.
Yeah, but they have an idiot for a king who might do something
not wrong.
like that.
Like, so your general feeling is that you shouldn't have to worry about that, but that doesn't mean that you don't worry about it.
I watch. I will especially watch anybody with Mandarin and I do carry around my weapons at whatever level I'm considered sociably allowable here.
Your dagger, because everybody carries a dagger, and your bow because you're Yolornan, and you're almost required to carry it around in most situations. Like,
is my Copus too much?
That's a good question.
It's just a big dagger.
It's just a big dagger, right?
I mean, daggers aren't just knives. I mean, daggers is a real weapon.
No, a dagger is a substantial thing. Like, it's a small warblade. Your Copus is you are a Thane. You could probably keep it.
Okay, I will wear my Copus.
But your spear is probably a bit too far.
Yeah, because you have to carry around your hand. My Copus
right.
has a sheath.
Yeah, your shield is probably similar to wearing armor. It's the sort of thing you carry if you think you're going to get into trouble.
I'll just have a Copus and no armor, since that's out of, and a bow with some arrows.
Yeah, you can have the bow and also some arrows. Otherwise,
you just have a bow but no arrows.
Yes, it's a glorified stick without the arrows.
But I will carry some blunt arrows with me to this thing and have them separate just in case.
Okay, makes sense. I like that. Cool. All right, now we're gonna pan away to Soinnarios, who has been shopping for like neat things for her cotters. What sort of stuff do you buy? Okay, do you want some ideas?
I'm trying to think about it.
Okay, I can give you some ideas.
Pots and pans and
right. So stuff that they can use in daily life would be nice. The most pressing demands are going to be semi-durable goods. Okay, so things like clothing, like a nice blanket, a nice pair of boots, a nice cloak. Right, things that are not just the sort of like homespun that they can make themselves, but things that are actually nice and that will last longer or look nicer or be better. Are the sorts of things that they would maybe want, right? Or you would almost be expected to handle that sort of thing. You would probably foot at least some of their meals while they're here. So you'd buy them food and you buy yourself food. None of this stuff is very expensive, and it's kind of, unless you're being really extravagant, these sorts of expected purchases are covered by your cost of living at the end of the year. So don't bookkeep this stuff. Only bookkeep, like, if you buy fancy jewelry for yourself, spend it on that. If you bought them something if you bought your cotter a horse, that's outside the realm of reasonable, and so you would just charge yourself for that, right? Like, that's not the sort of thing you would usually give a cotter.
Okay, because I like the idea of at least boots for the men.
Okay.
Since they're out working.
Right.
That's a good practical idea.
But also that way and then also I like a cloak or blanket for the women.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. Yeah, and these would just be like nice items or things like anybody, like any functional adult woman in your clan can weave things, right? So they can make functional clothing. So what you're buying are things like, this is a nice cloak. It has some fur chasing. It has fancy stitching or embroidery. Like it's been dyed something other than just a plain color. Those are, it's just nice things. Like, still functional, still useful, but something that says, like, I care about you here. Like, those are the sorts of things that are going to happen.
And this does include Kaelor and Inara, doesn't it?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, because they live there. He's technically one of your Thanes, or one of your Carls, excuse me. And you would be, Kaelor would be technically paying you taxes. So
nothing makes families stronger like taxes.
Right.
No, because I don't want to get to the point of irking like the Carls by. I'm not so worried about Kaelor and Inara, but the other ones who are very competent but jerks.
Right.
But like, oh, you bought me the same thing you bought the Cotters, and we're obviously better than they are.
Right. Yes.
I also don't want to isolate the Cotters by, okay, you get a pair of boots to split between the two of you. I got more stuff for the Carls, so.
Right, it makes sense. Okay, I get you. Yeah, so one thing you could do to show more care for the Carls is just to buy fancier things that they'll be prouder to show off, essentially.
Maybe more embroidery, and I'm going to use their names because they're written down and I can mostly read it.
Good job.
Caldera and Hindeer.
Okay.
Those are the Carls, as well as Kaelor and Inara. A little bit more embroidery, maybe like some lining on the boots or whatever.
Right.
That way it's easier to kind of tie the boots off so they are more water resistant.
Makes sense. All right. Well, that sounds good. So you can definitely buy them nice things, and you would present them or give them to them at some point during this. It wouldn't necessarily be something you do in public, right? It would just be something you do somewhat privately.
And I'm even trying to have just a meal with each couple.
Right. Makes sense.
Thanks for your work.
Yeah. You're all doing great. So proud of you.
And for your performance evaluation.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so we'll keep the meal thing in mind as this goes on, and you kind of have your other cotters and stuff show up, that you are interacting with them, socializing with them, spending time with them, fulfilling your obligations as their patron, and they're also like receiving the rewards of being your clients. So good times. So this is a side note and not relevant to this, but over time, if your cotters are proving to be pretty competent, one of their expectations would be that you would help sponsor them to become Carls, right? Like,
that's what I
yeah, that like, well, if they're like doing a good job and they're proving themselves to be like, you think they can handle more responsibility, they would eventually expect you to recommend them for more responsibility. Like, that's just kind of how clans work, right? Is that it's sort of loosely a meritocracy. And so like if you were like, no, you're really good at your job, so I want you to keep hurting those pigs forever, they would not be happy, right? And they might seek like a different patron at that point. So
you should have married better.
Say that in front of me, I'll slap you in character.
Soinnarios won't say it.
So that's how you guys. Right. So that's how you spend that. There's no way we're doing all this in one session, by the way. That's how you spend. I'm looking at the time now and going like, yeah, we're not going to make it. It's high hopes. Okay, so the first day, that's kind of what you do. You spend your time sort of poking around, fairly casual. Nothing is really kicked off too hard the first day. It's sort of just the clan leaderships have shown up. There are people showing up, but outside of like a little ceremony in the evening where they officially kick off events to like opening ceremonies, essentially to say like the tribe is here, the tribe is gathered, the Tovtaros are together, each of the clans has sent their people, and then proceed from there. Like there's sort of a little ceremony for that, and then the next day is when things get a little more serious, where most people are now here in day 2, and the clans are actually starting to press their agendas. So day 1, very chill. Day 2, more excitement. Are we ready to move to day 2, do you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Good.
If you are.
Okay, so it's now water day, our favorite day. And this is when the clans, the tribal leadership will start meeting. Queen Kenrella, who is leading things, she starts to handle like she's taking requests. She starts with the Stag Shield. They're the ones hosting her, so she starts there like, hey, do you have any business that the tribe should handle? Do you have any business with your neighbors, with fellow clans? And so she works through theirs. And the Stag Shield don't have a lot, right? Because she's been present the whole year, so they're able to sort issues out pretty quickly as they come up. And so it's not been a big deal, but she starts there. When she's gone with them, you'll notice she starts working in a reverse. So like she's going to the Mandarin next, like physically. So she starts with the Tovtaros, like after the Stag Shield. She goes back to them and asks them if they have any issues that they want addressed, and we'll kind of work around. So you'll actually get to go before the Mandarin as a clan, just so you're aware of the timing of things. The Tovtaros and the Blue Hill in sequence won't have a lot. They have like basic issues of like, it would be nice if we did some work shoring up the headwaters of the Alda. The Blue Hill they're known for their shamans. They're a little more, they keep sort of some of the more ancient traditions of the tribe. And so they have some requests about certain spirits and things that need to be handled or given sacrifices and things. So that stuff goes on. When they get to the voting, so you guys have kind of had the day. Is there any sort of anything you want to watch for? Anything you're interested in? Are you just kind of letting things happen?
I'm pretty happy to stand there and watch or sit there and watch and let things play out and just kind of keep an eye on things. I think first one of these is an adult, and she's just trying to do the things expected of her and stay quiet. Mm-hmm. My cousin might be more involved, though.
I don't know if there are many issues that Soinnarios is too worked up about.
Okay. If both of you could roll intrigue for me.
5.
I was trying to decide whether I try to boost it with... can I boost it with my passion again? My tribal passion? Just since I'm paying attention to tribal things.
Hold let me look at the rules quick.
I mean, it's up to you. I'm just asking.
No, you're good.
Try.
Generally,
trying
you
to
would
learn.
boost before you make the roll.
I haven't rolled yet.
Okay. Okay, cool. So if you haven't rolled yet, then yes, you can.
All right. I succeeded, normal success against my loyalty, and that
Okay.
gives me, is that 10% bonus?
For a success, 20.
20. Cool. And I roll intrigue, which I fail anyway.
Okay, cool. So that's okay. Soinnarios, how did you do?
I rolled a 5 under 20.
Good job.
Okay, cool. So almost a special, but since your percentages are so awful.
Yes.
Yep, got it. Cool. So you can check it at least because you succeeded at one of these. Maybe not your first time today. And then you can what you pick up on from watching what's going on, like the Tovtaros are making requests, the Stag Shield makes a request, the Blue Hill makes a request. As these three clans are kind of coming forward, one thing you're noting is that even though you are like your relationship in the clan is not, or in the tribe, excuse me, is not. So like the Blue Hill and Tovtaros are allies of yours. Like you get along well with them, right? You have a formal alliance beyond just being like tribe members.
Right.
The Stag Shield are like flat out friends, right? Which is more than allies. It's not just formal, like you genuinely like each other just as a people. Despite that, like they're not really like you're kind of picking up on some spaces where their leadership is not interfacing very much with yours or the Mandarings, which to you feels like all three of these clans want to stay out of whatever beef you guys are going to settle here. Like they're not interested in taking sides.
Just fair, I guess.
So yeah, so you're kind of noticing that your clan, like your friends and allies, are kind of have taken kind of half step back, probably because they know that this is going to be a thing that gets talked about, and they just don't want to get involved. So that's something you're paying a bit of a political price for going to war with another clan member, even though it was justified and sanctioned and all that stuff. Like it still has a cost. It is unusual for wars to take place within tribes.
I mean, it's all
like
because they have a completely unstable leader.
Right, yeah, and that's the argument that you made, right? Is that if they hadn't gone so crazy for so long, like it would all have been fine, but they've been nuts. And to be fair, your tribal leadership did kind of stand back and let you do it. So, you didn't receive instant condemnation. So everybody was sick of the Mandarings, nonsense, but still, being the one who put the boot to them does have repercussions. So anyways, that's kind of what you notice though. It's just that there is some political maneuvering happening. So it's worth knowing. Later on, so after probably more in the evening time, right? Like they're in voting, we'll get to bring their claims and the Mandaring as well. So your chieftain basically says, we're good with everything. We had our spat. We took the land that we wanted. We honored our alliances with other allies. We paid for the land. We were generous in our terms, and to be fair, your clan was generous in its terms. You gave them quite a bit of food. You let all your captives free without paying ransoms on them as part of the land price. They had a chance to move some of their cattle off. Like you didn't interdict everything, so you didn't take like all the cattle on the grazing land, just some of them. And you offered to help them like through this winter that just got over. Like it's just now getting over with. Like you've been sending them food, which has involved having to buy extra food.
You've been extremely generous.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to judge how generous because it's unusual for clan members to go, like for tribe members to go to war with each other. But you certainly tried to make sure that even though they got beat pretty soundly, it hasn't proven to be a disaster for their people the way it could have been. The Mandaring position, Chieftain Oral Brass position. So these are like, the queen has her like court set up, right? So she's sitting in a chair, she has people around her, advisors and things, and then the other clan leaderships are kind of ringing her like to make a central speaking space, and people are coming forward to talk. And so like you put your thing in, and then the chieftain Orlbrast comes forward and basically says that like he recognizes that all of that is true, right? Like we did fight, the Mandarin did lose, you did offer terms for the land, like to settle it, and the food has been helpful. But on the other hand, the whole reason, like when the tribe was formed, that issue was supposed to have been like the land issue was put to rest. So like because that has been a traditional bone of contention between your clans. Like, and so in his opinion, like whether or not you paid for the land, like you did so at sword point, like, and that makes it like theft. Like he didn't have the option to say no, essentially. So he's obviously not happy about it, and he's lodging a formal complaint with the queen to resolve it.
Just quietly
So,
watching and
Kathea,
seething.
how does that make you feel?
She's stoic on the outside.
Right, super stoic.
Yeah, it makes me feel. I mean, well, it's his problem.
Right. Okay.
We took it fair and square.
So you are present for all of this.
Present
right?
for all of it, but I'm not going to act or do
Okay,
anything.
you say that, right? But you have this hatred that sometimes drives you to do things that you don't have a lot of choices about. And while you can use them to boost you, I can also compel you with them. So I'm not going to make you do anything, but I would like you to roll against your hate oral blast.
To be fair, I rolled it my first day here to see how I was going to act.
I know.
Just control myself.
And you've been good, but now you're here.
I've been good.
And the man is in front of you, spreading his lies and hatred.
So I rolled a success against my skill.
Okay.
Which would seem to compel me because I would.
So you rolled under 50.
I rolled under 50.
Okay.
Barely.
So you succeed at hating the man, which functionally as a passion, you have.
Ooh, do I get to get a skill check on it?
You do get to get a skill check out of it. You can check that hatred. You can make it worse. Like so as you give into it, hate on it.
And he basically lied to all of them.
Right. And like you recognize. Oof. Are we okay?
Everything's fine.
Okay.
I'm fine.
Okay, good. Good. All right.
Yes.
Good.
So, yes, if you want to compel me to do anything or.
Okay. So what your hatred here would do is that he's standing up there saying things that you're just like, I hate this man and I hate his lying tongue. Like, and so you're going to feel compelled to speak out. Like, you're going to say something, right? Like, you can choose what that is and how big of a scene you make, but you do need to do something. Like, you have the option of just visibly storming out as well, right? Like, you don't have, like, you can't just, like, throw up your arms and be like, bleh, right? And just walk away. It just calls attention to the fact that you just think he's intolerable. And that's okay. You can do that. Like, that would
do that, or I can mumble under my breath.
It needs to be something that other people can register.
Okay. I'm going to, with the most composure I can manage, walk out and
Okay, cool. So this gets
show my back to him, basically.
Yeah, and this is something that's visible. So like, while you're being stoic and controlled, your timing is such that it pulls attention to you. Like when you turn to walk away, like people have to part for you, right? And it's clear like your expression is still going to say something about like your stance. Even if you're being really calm, like your stance instead of your shoulders is going to say like, I can't tolerate this, and I
can't tolerate being around this person.
Right. And so you communicate that like pretty clearly.
Yay!
And away you go. So you're like storm, like or whatever out, like basically. And you're just like, that man, I hate him so much. Like I can't even tolerate his stupid
I think
face.
it's all his fault. I mean, if he would have just been a reasonable leader, we would have never come to this. So he's acting all indignant when he's basically falls on him.
And to be fair, you're not wrong.
I was gonna say, actually, I think I'm right there.
There's more to it, but you're not wrong. Like, there's definitely. It's funny to me because I know we said it before. Like the Mandarin attitude is like the default PC position, right? The Lunars are awful. We should have fought them. Why aren't we doing something about it? So it's just funny to me to be like, yeah, that guy's an idiot. So, all right. So that goes about the way we expected it to. You're not able to stand there and take that. So you storm out. It gets noticed. People like clearly can pick up on the fact that you just don't like this guy. And that's fine. You're not like senior head diplomat or anything. But it's a factoid that some people will now know about you. So that goes on for a while. Kinrella, being a Marangor and not inclined to mercy, just she basically
and I'm
says,
gonna miss it.
Yeah, you miss it, darn it. But Soinnarios is there. She can tell about you later. She can catch you up on it. But so Kinrella, so Queen Kinrella, being, like I said, a Marangor not inclined to mercy, considers his argument and then tells him pretty bluntly that he pushed things to this point. Like his clan pushed things to this point. To the point that nobody here was willing to argue to restrain their own voting when their allies went to war. Like, not a single other clan. Like, and so in her opinion, she got his comeuppance, and he should learn from it.
Why didn't I stay around to hear that?
Because she got mad. So he clearly does not like that scenario. Just for the record, you can tell he doesn't like it, but he's willing to let it go, right? Like, he's not going to continue pursuing this argument. He said his piece. Everybody heard him. Nobody seems to like what he has to say. So you're all a bunch of jerks. His biggest problem is that he can't even easily leave the tribe because the people that he went to war with are next door. So, like, his options are constrained.
He is constrained.
Yeah, poor guy.
Not poor enough.
Right. Okay. So yeah.
Sorry.
There you go. Nope, you're good. You're good. So it's basically, that covers like most of that day. That night, right? Torches are lit. There's a big bonfire, so that people can still stay out. Right. Some musicians are playing. There are things going on. So do you stick around that evening or that night to kind of enjoy the festivities?
It's
Absolutely.
Ynor is there.
I'm here to party all
So
week. Or whatever.
He's rocking out. Yeah, all week. Yeah.
I want to throw rocks at them.
Poor Ynor.
No, you don't.
But he's such a nice man. I don't know why you're like
He's
that.
our friend. He hasn't done anything to us, has he?
No.
Then leave him
He hasn't done
alone.
anything for us.
That part's true too.
Because we haven't given him a chance because we haven't trusted him.
He went on the cattle raid.
Oh yeah, see?
Yeah,
He's
the cattle
okay.
raid went fine. He got shot
Success
in the loot.
despite him.
Yeah. So
He
he has a
the
big Barbican loot, which I think that's Barbatos, I think is the actual term for. I'm struggling here. It's a lute or a lyre, right? But it's longer, like the strings are longer, and so they're deeper, and it's considered.
Lute.
Say what?
Like a baritone lute.
Yeah. Well, I said lute. I meant lyre. Bear with me.
Yeah.
It's gonna be one of those days. So like it's a fairly deep noted instrument that is usually considered a little bit lewd for whatever reason. It's associated more with like love songs and erotic poetry. And it's his preferred instrument. Like, he's a bit lewd, yes, but he's a skillful player. He's a good dancer. He's a good singer.
This is his week, really.
Yeah, he's having fun. He's gonna sleep with so many people. Like, he's gonna have a good time.
As long as everybody's good with it, I don't care.
Yep. This is his way.
I think we have a purity culture thing going on here.
Not really. Not as a group. No. What's the Orlanthe quote is, "Sex is easy, marriage is hard." Right?
Yeah.
Like, and that's not really meant to be a condemnation of sleeping outside of marriage. It just means like hooking up is easy, like, and people do it. And like, marriage takes like actual work and is a more serious commitment. And yeah, that's one of the things that marriages negotiate is who's responsible for children. Like, and different types of marriage have different rules about that. It is generally assumed that if a man marries a woman who has a kid, that those children are his, whether or not he's their birth father.
Makes sense culturally.
Yeah. So anywho, that's going on. So there's some song and dance. People are running about. Soinnarios, roll your scan skill for me.
Success.
Okay, good job.
Good job.
All right. Kathea, roll your scan skill for me.
Oh no. I thought I was getting out of this. Oh yeah, I critted.
Oh, look at that.
Hold it. I rolled an 03 and I have a 55. Is that a crit?
A 20th, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you would round up. Yeah. That's
sure?
great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. I get a skill check for that. Surely.
Work. Yep. And Soinnarios, you also get a skill check. Okay. So Kathea, what you notice are a pair of younger women of the Mandarin who are they're approaching you. They're trying to kind of slip up next to you, but you see them before they can really get close to you. And they're trying to bracket you, right? And they're not sneaking, so they're not trying to like get you in a corner or like in a dark part of the place, but they are like trying to pin you down. You notice this before they have a chance to do it. Soinnarios, you're across the green, but you can see that some Kathea is being approached.
Because if you let me move my critical scan, I observe them in plenty of time and see that they're moving towards me. I'm actually curious what they're doing, but I am going to make my way over towards my cousin, so I have some backup with me.
Okay.
But try to do it in a way that they continue to approach.
All right. So you you give some ground to get closer to your cousin, but you still allow them to get close enough to you to like talk to you, essentially.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
I just want
Soinnarios,
backup.
you see this happening, right? Like, and you see your cousin start to move towards you. You two probably make eye contact with each other, so that you can communicate. Like, we both know something's going on, but Kathea can be like, I think I have this. Just, back me up.
I also want you to overhear whatever said.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, and maybe do the talking if we get there.
Start wondering that way.
All right. So luckily for you, or perhaps unluckily, they're not like very chatty, but what they do is they start to they call out to you, and you're pretty. It takes a couple lines for it to kind of come together, but what they're doing is they're making fun of you, but like they're publicly declaiming you. So they're singing like back and forth like bits of like sing-songy poetry that is unflattering to you, and they will try.
Do I have my friendly or Molly around?
Do you have around to help you? Are you sure will help you?
Oh yeah, will help.
Yeah, that's you got to credit on that. So like just being able to maneuver a bit isn't necessarily that great. If you want to tag in, you certainly can. Like you can try to move your path so that you sort of cross or you run like you get near him at the same time that you're getting near Soinnarios, so you can kind of drag him in if you want.
Yes.
So yeah, so like they are like mean girling you, right? Like there's two of them, and they're kind of one to either like not back like front and back, but like left and right of you, and are just kind of like they make fun of you, like specifically they mock you for like storming out as part of it, like, oh look, you're real mad, like you think you're somebody, you think you know about stuff, like, and you get a lot of like it's more poetic than that, but I'm not a poet, so just bear with me. Like
in character.
They do it in blank verse, right? So good for them, but I'm not very good at it. So you kind of drift by Yenor.
I would love for Yenor to catch. I'm sure, being an expert that he is, that he could retaliate and uphold my honor.
Yeah, Yenor actually is pretty good at this.
I was thinking he might be really good at this.
Yes, he's pretty good at this. So he does.
If I can do anything to help him or boost him, I will. But my guess is just depending on him is my best bet.
Right. As you kind of like backpedal towards him a little bit, like you kind of like are like, haha, I know a secret. Like, and maybe it'll be helpful. It could make things worse, but you hear his lute, like his lyre. I keep saying lute. Like when they start in on you, like after a few seconds of that, like you hear like a nice like round full note, like, and he kind of like, Blink First has a rhythm, and so he can kind of like a note, plink, plunk, like with them, and it makes them sound stupid, like, which they don't like. Like he's clearly making fun of them, so every time they try to get into the rhythm, he just like plays along with them, and it just makes them seem silly, which frustrates them fairly quickly. So they roll badly anyways, but they get visibly flustered, and they like sort of like pull themselves up and straighten their cloaks and like swan off, right? Like as you do.
Like, about are they?
Yeah, in the same age range, right? Probably a little older, but around the same. Yeah.
So now I owe Yenor a favor.
Oh, how terrible.
That's all right. It ought to be fun and interesting. Probably less deadly than going after a wyvern. So
no,
you never know. So yeah, he kind of lets that happen. Like he doesn't really stop playing, and he was already doing something, so he kind of just had like a little aside to run them off. So he gives you kind of a mock bow and like winks at you, and then goes back to what he was doing.
I give him 1 2, and I go and buy him a nice drink and give it to him.
Cool. He will take it later on. He will live to regret this kindness. So, but not today. Cool. All right. So that interaction happens. You're clearly out there making friends or enemies.
Making friends.
Yeah, making friends. Bonding with the locals.
That fumble is really going to build into something in this campaign.
Oh man, it's the gift that just keeps giving. Like fantastic.
Yeah, I'm going to end up in a fight with him at some point, and the repercussion is going to be
it could go bad.
Even if I kill him, it's going to be bad.
That would be bad. Yes, you're not wrong. All right, so that happens. Soinnarios, you get to watch all this, but luckily you don't have to actually get involved. Like, look at your cousin; she's all socially savvy.
Yes, feeding the mean girls to the mom.
There are worse plans. So no, good for you. That was not how I envisioned that going. So good for you.
You're expecting just to mock me.
That was the plan. But I knew you'd do something about it, but I didn't. Tagging the Armalian was not on the list of options I thought would occur. So no worries. Okay, yeah. So no, it's funnier when you do things I don't expect. One of the joys of gymming, right, is catching your players off guard and then getting caught off guard by your players. Those are kind of the twin fun parts. Okay, so otherwise, unless you have specific goals for night 2, we'll probably move into day 3. And day 3 is probably the last day we're gonna be able to play through. We might make it to day 4. I don't know.
Depends on
Here I was
what
thinking like, we'll do the whole fair and the wedding and Synchro time all in one session. Like, I should have known better. I should have known that if we had a chance to just sink our teeth into some like soap opera stuff, that's what we were gonna do.
Of course.
I was gonna say we don't have to. I don't know. We had something every day going on.
We don't necessarily. We're just kind of flipping through it, but so
it's
far it's
been
kind of that structure.
I'm having fun.
No, I have no complaints. I just think it's funny. Like, I have such ambitious time schedules, but no. So day 3 is gonna come about. You've kind of handled the big stuff, right? Day 4. It's like now it's Clay Day. Tomorrow is Orland's High Holy Day. The wedding will also take place on this day, and that'll be like the last big thing that actually happens at the fair. The fair will continue on for the next 3 days, but there's less happening in the back half. It's more of a festival type atmosphere after Orland's Day. So on Clay Day, there's a series of this is when the clans will present anything they want to give to the tribe. So if you had like a new piece for the regalia, or if you had a tribute you wanted to pay, or if you had a project you wanted to fund, this is when your clans would start doing that stuff. It's also a time when like wealthy individuals can kind of show off a little bit by like putting some money towards things or by donating a magic item or something like that. There's a level of this that happens inside the clan, like at your temple, right? So like if you're really wealthy, you'll give things to your temple or your clan. If you're able to extend that into the tribe, that obviously makes like a larger impact, like it shows off more. If you're able to do it for the whole confederation, even more so. So I would imagine that neither of you really have anything at that level, like magic items that are just laying around. Like, like substantial like 50 or more wheel investments, things of that nature.
Well, I don't have that much money to my name.
No, you don't. So it's okay. We'll get there. You're very young. But yeah, so that's the sort of thing that goes on during part of this day is people are like, here's a thing for the tribe to use as you see fit. Here's money for a project. Here are goods to furnish the tribal halls, like at Aldature. Things like that are happening. And so you see some of that happen, but you're not really involved in it. The other thing that goes on today are like a series of friendly competitions, right? So these are all like fun things where each clan, like its members do different things. So like you have like a dance competition. You'll have several of those actually. You'll have singing competitions, music playing competitions. There are some athletic ones, right? Like foot races and things, but they're just like fun things that you do at a festival. Usually not a lot of money riding on them. If you want to participate in any of those, that would be a good way to raise your local profile, right? Like
what were
the options?
Races?
Yeah, so like foot races, right? Horse races would also be a thing.
Horse races seems like a thing I would probably be fairly competitive at and invested in.
So foot race, horse race, dance competitions.
Foot races I'd probably be all right in.
Probably. You should be pretty quick. Singing competitions, music playing. Like there are different things that you can do that don't require like a lot of setup or time, but still show off skill. Poetry, always popular.
Yeah.
But these are the sorts of skills that will get you noticed, right? So there's the sorts of things where if you do well at these competitions, not just your clan will see you, but the tribe will see you. And so that's kind of a little feather in your cap, so to speak.
Yeah,
so
I'm not sure my chances, but dance and poetry and maybe a foot race sound tempting.
Okay, cool. So dance, poetry.
How good are you at dance, if I can ask, on a meta level?
Not bad.
I kind of like it. I could do it, but I'm probably not very good at it.
Let's just say half and half. So
that's better. That's better.
Yes. Yeah, you're still in the like, I point my fingers rhythmically style
So I
advance.
probably
So-
shouldn't participate.
You
in
can
that.
totally participate. You just your gut instinct is that you would not place well, right? Like,
But I could go and show. I was thinking about trying to do something that's non-martial, just to like be part of it.
okay,
I didn't know if that was something that we would do normally, or if that has a bad effect on us.
no, there's lots of like if you just want to like listen
Not
to
take
music and dance, like that's a thing that you can just do. Like
Oh,
no one's
yeah.
gonna be
Not-
like, "Pff, what are you doing?" Like that's totally normal. Like these are social occasions. People sing, people write poetry for their friends and declaim it, you know, like improvise lines and stuff. Like it's a festival. Like it's just if you're like competing for something, you probably want to be decent at it. Like
I would compete if there's a foot race, and definitely the horse race.
okay, cool. Yep. So we've got both of you running a foot race. Interesting.
Who seems
And
faster?
who seems faster?
I said we'll find out which of us is faster.
I feel like it's
both in the
probably
foot
you.
race.
Like,
I don't know. We'll
but-
find out.
Yep. But just
Okay.
eyeballing some things. I feel like you have an advantage there. But we'll find out.
I don't know. I don't know what skill that falls under. If that's just like rote physical ability or something.
Right. So horse racing, definitely a thing. And then for scenarios, also the dancing and you said poetry?
Maybe.
Okay. All right. You can try. You can do some poetry. Get your verse on if you want. Okay. So let's start off with the thing that you're both doing. So in the morning, it's nice out. Relatively. It's like crisp out, right? There's a light breeze. It's partially sunny, partially cloudy. And they mark off an area for you to run. And this is like a straight line, like just get up to speed and go sort of situation. So you'll go. There's a fair number of other runners. This is something that would actually take, like realistically, right? There are going to be several flights of this that kind of winnow down. But we're just going to roll for you guys to see how you do first. So you get in line. You'll both be in a flight. Or you'll probably be in separate flights because you're from the same clan. You'll both run your little races. So we'll see how you do. Just make a dice roll for me.
What are we rolling against? Anything or just rolling?
You'll roll, and I'll have a stat in mind.
Okay.
So
I rolled a 30.
okay,
4.
A 4?
you rolled a 4.
Yeah.
That's quite good.
You won so badly, so well. You probably turn around backwards fast.
Whip. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Not exalted.
Yeah, no dice for you. Okay, so Kathea, you run well. You can advance to the second flight, right? So you're definitely good enough to be still a part of this. Scenarios, basically specials. So you win your flight scenarios.
Hooray.
Like whatever happens there, you just. I don't know if you're just sort of like,
You
you're
got
lower
this.
to
You
the
got
ground
this.
or something. Yeah. Once
Yeah,
you get up,
you got this.
yeah, you start going and you're just straight line speed, pretty good.
I didn't know if, like, the strength kind of factors in a little bit with
It helps.
the sprinting.
No, it helps. So sprinting is definitely a like how fast you get up to speed and stay there game. Like it's not, obviously distance running is what key off of your con. Okay, so you guys survive your first flight. There are some other runners, like I mean, there's still people from every clan in this. You know that the Blue Hill are considered good runners, but they are considered more distance runners than sprinters. But they still have some people in here. Particularly the Blue Hill are often barefoot.
Mm.
Yes.
I wasn't actually judging anything negative. Just off
I'm judging.
your
Super
judgment. You
judgy.
come by it naturally.
Super judgy. All right, so we'll do the same sort of thing for your second flight. This is a much smaller grouping now. We'll see how you do.
I got an 08.
Pretty good.
63?
A 63?
Yeah.
Okay, so Kathea, you said you got an 08.
Yes.
Okay, so for you, that would be technically a special. So you win the second flight that you're in.
Yay.
Apparently, you just need to warm up a little bit.
I
Scenarios,
saved my energy.
you run a good race, right? Like you feel fast at it. Like you succeed at your roll, but you do not advance past this flight. So you're in the upper end of it, but you don't make it quite. You get outran by like one or two too many people. So a decent showing. All right, and then Kathea, you will have one last flight. I know, right?
Hey, I did okay. I rolled a 21.
A 21.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least didn't embarrass myself.
That's pretty good. You actually come in second in this race.
Hooray.
Good job. So you don't win the whole like I'm the fastest person in the tribe, but you get pretty close.
That's not bad. As long
No.
who's the winner from?
Who's the winner from?
Yeah. You don't have to give me a name. I just don't want him to be a Mandarin.
Good news, they're from the Stack Shield. So
Yeah, well, they had home field advantage, or I totally would have won.
right, there you go. You didn't get beaten up a race by a Mandarin, so yay. That's good. Wait for the horse race though.
I may have to cheat in horse race because I need to win it.
Goodness. Okay, so next up is the dancing competitions. Which Soinnarios is taking part in, but Kathea is not, correct? You're just kind of like dancing for fun, but not actually competing.
I mean, I could go out and embarrass myself. What's the worst that could happen?
Mortal shame. Like death by actual shame.
Yeah.
It's up to you. But yeah, that's your dance score is
not great.
Existing. Yeah.
Fault.
You have one. It's not the worst, but yeah, it's not good. Yeah. You're not a notable dancer.
I will sit over to the side and have a drink and cheer on my cousin.
Cool. Sounds fun. So there is an actual dancing type competition happening. So the way a lot of these are structured is that it's more about like not so much like free form like freestyle dance off as it is like there are sets of dances that you perform them to music with other people, and it kind of like as time goes on, like people get pulled out because either they miss too many steps or they get tired or flag or they're just not very stylish, right? A lot of times. So that's something that you would be going through. So go and roll dance for me. Not good?
69 over 55.
Okay, so a failure. Okay. So you yeah, you can tell right away you're just like maybe it was all the foot racing. Like, but you're just like, I'm not feeling super into this. Like
cramp, leg cramp.
I need an orange. But yeah, you're not feeling it. You're not sure what that is about. The good news is that as you are sort of flagging, right? You're like, I'm feeling kind of like you definitely like stumble at one point and you're like, okay, the judges are probably gonna like get rid of me. Like as you're sort of starting to flag a little bit, like someone that you don't know sort of bumps into you and then they kind of like start to dance about, and you realize pretty quickly that this is like a young like Mandarin man, but you don't feel like threatened by him, like, and he's definitely not a great dancer, but he's very enthusiastic, and you feel like roll insight for me actually.
Can I do this while I'm sitting there watching?
You can watch and roll insight, yeah,
because I don't trust any of the Mandarin.
that's absolutely fine. You can both roll insight.
Success.
I'm 100% convinced that he was sent by this guy, but I didn't roll success.
Okay, did you fail or fumble?
I just wrote a failure.
Okay, cool. So you're just like you feel your suspicions, and you're like, I feel suspicious about this guy, which is
no. I'm just sure that I'm sure that Brass is behind everything.
He did this. That horrible man. But anyways, okay. So Soinnarios, like you're seeing this young man, with Mandarin markings, and he's dancing. You're like he doesn't really ever like he glances up at you and then like immediately away, like as he's like dancing around, and like your immediate feeling is that he saw you like having trouble and he's kind of bailing you out, not so much by helping you, but just by like making enough of a scene of himself that when you walk away from this, no one's gonna be like, she messed up, you know? Like it's like he's giving you a break where you can leave, like where the attention's on him instead. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Oh, so he's actually being good to you, but I'm judging him. But I don't think it's his fault. He just put up to it.
Yeah, he's being used.
Go get your aluminum hat.
Ooh, hold it. Can I get one of those?
Not anytime soon, but maybe eventually.
So I'm out of the dance.
Mm-hmm.
I will wait for unknown Mandarin man to get pulled out.
Yeah, he doesn't last long. Once you're out, he's pretty much out, as well. So you're like, but if you, because like there are other people around who aren't competing but are dancing, so if you spin out into that, he would follow you basically.
I will.
Cool.
Spin out into the casual dancing.
Yeah, he joined the casual dancing. So he's like I said, he's not a good. He's a very like he's pumping his arms, does little bunny hops, right? Like he's dancing. It's more like an Orlanthi like war dance sort of thing, but he's not it's not good, you know? Like it's enthusiastic, we'll say. Um,
That is Orlan's stance.
yes, but he's not at all a skilled dancer. So he does sort of say he doesn't like he is about your age, and he doesn't really like talk to you much. He sort of makes eye contact. He seems a little broody. Um, you know how these guys are at this age.
Oh,
But you do get from him that his name is Korostor, so Korostor. He's clearly an Orlanthe, and he is the son of Oralbrast, which you put together
I don't though yet.
through brief bits of conversation. He's like, "Yeah, that's my dad. Like, my name's Korostor." Like,
I don't know if I'll be able to help. I'm sorry. Um,
that gets puzzlement and then like a sharp laugh, like once he gets what you mean by it. So, and like I said, he's not a good dancer, but he's got a certain amount of enthusiasm that's sort of infectious, right? Like he's clearly having fun. He clearly did you a good turn.
yes. Oh no, no.
He likes you.
No,
He thinks
I'll
you're
keep
pretty cool.
dancing. Tell him a little bit about us helping Star
Mhm.
get his dowry or his wedding gift or whatever
Mhm.
while we dance.
Yeah, he seems to think that's neat. He's, he knows there's going to be a wedding at the fair, which is kind of special. Like lots of people get married every year. Most people don't get married at the fair during Orland's High Holy Day.
Oh yeah, because apparently they love each other as opposed to on top of wanting to be together.
Nice. That's always good, right? Like that's a good thing, for them.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
They're
Plus, Star's a really good guy.
Yeah, he kind of like says, "I've heard that."
He is known region-wide. How good
Super
guy
famous
he is.
for just being cool. Anyway, so this guy, Korostor, kind of like runs out of steam after a bit because it's a pretty athletic school of dance he's apparently been trained in. So he gets kind of like worn, and he is like, "I'm gonna go get a drink. Do you want to come with me?"
Yes.
Cool. So
Kathea's
at this
gonna
point,
shoot me in the back.
say what?
Kathea's
Oh yeah,
gonna shoot me.
Kathea's gonna murder you. Like straight
no,
up.
I'm not. I'm actually watching because I'm afraid something's going to happen to you.
She's like, "Oh no, oh no, oh no, a strange boy." Like,
With
Oh no,
memory
because I don't
markings.
know. Well, no, because I would know he's Mandarin. I
yes,
would know
absolutely.
his.
Like, oh, one of those boys. He's from the wrong part of town.
No, even worse. I mean, it's probably a setup.
Right. Okay. So he goes and like buys like himself and you like a drink or something, a snack. Like he has money. He's obvious. I don't know. It's hard to say. He would be in line with you, right? He's a young noble, right? His dad
Yeah.
is a chief. So you're in a similar social strata. Though he is obviously more boyish than you are girlish, if that makes sense. Like
Well, obviously.
you're more adult, you would say, than him. You have land, you have cotters, right? Like you have responsibilities and you've done stuff. Like he seems more like a young man, though clearly an adult, just youthful.
I can fix him.
Well, I mean, you know how men are, like
We
with
went,
the
we
storm
went,
maroon and stuff. Like they're all flighty and emotional, and it takes them a while to grow up and get settled down properly. Like they need a good woman to really stabilize them. Like this is like that's all pretty in
a
line with your
romance
culture.
novel now.
Like, right. But that's how it is in Orlanthe society. Like the men are flighty and emotional, and the women are like really pragmatic and solid. Like so, which is kind of a fun stereotype reversal, I guess. Like that, it's like women aren't crybabies, men are crybabies in Orlanthe society. Like if men get emotional, they cry. Like if they get angry, they show it. Like women are much more restrained and stoic usually,
Except for me.
except for you. You have a whole different thing going on though. All right, so that happened. So that's probably a good place I think to close out. Like you've just met Chorustor. You've seen some things. You've seen some politics. You've gotten involved in some competitions. Kathea actually had a pretty good run of it. Kathea, we will do your horse race, and there's still a poetry competition as well. We will get to those, but I feel like it's just about closing up time.
What is poetry based on? Is there a poetry skill?
Poetry is going to be based on orate.
Excellent. I'm just slightly better than dancing. Being in this society, I probably need to improve both of those, don't I? Even if I'm not trying to track down a suitor.
So I'm going to ask. Next session, we will finish the fair, the wedding, and we should be able to get to because we've done most of the fair stuff at this point. So we should be able to get to Sacred Time as well. Is there anything that you two want to do during the fair that we haven't already done?
I'm just thinking of how I just want to mention how optimistic that statement was, given everything.
No, I continually believe in our ability to get things done, justified or not.
I don't know. Is there anything we need to do at this fair?
No,
I mean, I've already been insulted, but I turned it back on it. I don't really feel the need to dump anything more on them. I owe something to ours. We have an adventure for maybe sea season and fire season already lined up.
What's our sea season adventure, do you think?
Wyvern?
Wyverns.
Wyverns. Okay, yeah. And you do have a fire season adventure lined up already. Yes.
Yeah, and I swore a vow on that one, so that
Yes.
one's not even remotely optional. Well, not that it was before, because we already swore to the elves, but I doubled down on that one.
Right. 100%.
Also, we will be taking your Lornans with us. Oh, come on, the more of us, the merrier. You like us.
I like you.
Well, the other one's from our clan. Don't I have a friend? I got a friend that's also there. But yes, anyhow, we at least need. You'll appreciate this. Sea season. Just this is looking ahead. I realize we got to go to Aldatura. We got to check in and decide if it's worth. If we like the Lunars enough to try to sell wyverns to them, which might be really dangerous, or we might just kill them and take eggs, which might be the smarter move, anyways.
Also an option. Okay, but before the fair,
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I was trying to think what we already had done.
Right. No, absolutely. I get you. If you're eyeballing wyvern shenanigans in sea season, the fair is a good time to maybe try to pick something up that could help you with that. I don't really know what that would be, but you know, so you have a couple of weeks to think about it. A ballista, yes. Like, sure, why not? Just put it in your back pocket. But anyways, you have a little time before we record next to kind of think about that. So if there's something that you come up with or think would be helpful, that could be something you pursue here. Otherwise, you have your competitions. Is there anybody that you wanted to talk to or
I would like to, as more people have arrived, I did something on the first day. I would just like to pull information from people arriving from further away. We have merchants from Alone. I don't remember if anybody was from Heron Green, Aldatura. I would just like to keep my ears open. So if there's anything you want to predetermine, if we find out anything, or if we don't, that's fine. You can tell us too. But that's my main thing here, is just making some connections. And I think Kathea's thinking beyond the clan. Inside the clan, or not the clan, beyond the tribe.
Right.
Who can I pull from?
I'll write that down and we'll go over some of the stuff as we go. For sure. Okay, cool.
That's my main thing. And then from a meta point of view, I would prefer not to get myself stuck in like a duel or something like that with somebody from the Mandarin at this point.
That makes sense.
But if it came up, it would make sense. But it would also be nice because they probably, like I said, since I am responsible for killing 2 other people, they might have more dislike of me anyway.
A little bit. Okay, so Soinnarios, do you have anything?
No, because I'm enjoying the competitions mainly just to be seen socially, and I'm not doing terrible.
You're doing great.
And I was hoping meta-wise to maybe find another suitor who's not a stuck-up Yamelian.
Oh, don't worry. I've got several in the ranks for you. I've got a range of pretty boys for you. So take your pick. Take your pick. So
you can have one per year, can't you?
Contract.
Your marriages are a thing, yeah. Cool. All right. So, anyways, we'll resolve the fair and the wedding. The wedding is more of just a scene, right? And then hopefully we'll be able to move into Sacred Time as well. So cool. I think we had a pretty productive session. And we will get back to it. So I will see you then in the next episode.